Headliners. There's a lot of you don't know about the fantasy headliners. Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy headliners for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yo. Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that Chubb life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner. 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 What is going on, Headliner Nation? It is a Sunday morning live stream here for members only. Anyone can watch, but only members can chat here on Sunday morning. If you want to get into the chat, you got to become a member. Hopefully everyone's doing well out there. I'm sure a lot of people have probably been awake watching this game that's currently at halftime right now. A lot of the scoring not helping a whole lot of people, right? Mercedes Lewis, Daniel Bellinger, should have been Saquon Barkley, but we'll leave that for a different story. Before I get in to start going through all this chat, I want to make sure that I have a quick second to go through all of the final updates that happened overnight, just so you have final word just in case. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. It looks like Brian Robinson is going to be in, but he's going to be on a pitch count. I'm not starting Brian Robinson at all this week. T. Higgins is going to be able to play. Hayden Hurst will be playing. CeeDee Lamb is expected to play along with Tony Pollard. Rondell Moore of the Cardinals expected to play. David Montgomery expected to play also, but do not be surprised if he's splitting basically 50-50, 60-40 with one Khalil Herbert. We know that we had no Mac Jones. Josh Reynolds is expected to play. Amon-Ra St. Brown is considered a game-time decision still, so we do not know. The biggest issue with this, they have a bye week next week, so maybe they opt to give him one more week, the bye week, and then be fully good to go. That's something to pay attention to. Alvin Kamara is expected to play this week as well. So those are some of the last-minute names a lot of people were asking about. John Free, welcome to Holding Chubb. Welcome to the exclusive nation of Holding Chubb. But now I'm going to spend about the next 1 hour and 55 minutes just going through the chat and talking to everybody to hope that everybody's having a good day, right? I mean, it's Sunday. I don't have all the lights on. I got my windows open so I can kind of just kick back and relax. Hopefully that's okay with everyone else, because I just want to sit back and relax. That's what I want to do this morning, and just hang out with the nation. So let's see who's all in here right now. 318 people currently in here. Hit the like button for me, because here we go. I see Ray Fultz. What's going on out there, Ray? JD Stewart, Mark Zink, Bukowski, Chico. What's going on, everybody? Devin Simmons, been a member for 2 months. George Kittle or David Njoku. George Kittle is going to come around, right? George Kittle is not just going to suck all year. He had a touchdown missed by like this much last week because his foot was on the line. So he should be good to go. I still think David Njoku is kind of a safer option, but it's also kind of boom or bust. If it's me, if it's my team, I'm rolling out Kittle this week and hoping for the best. How we all doing out there? Everybody get enough sleep last night? I did not get enough sleep. Full disclosure. I went to bed way too freaking late. Fry. John. It's John Fry. Got it. Locked in the vault, John Fry. We need to put a Fry emoji next to his name so we can remember that. Let's see. This is why we play the game. Absolutely right, Bukowski. Sean says, hopefully Higgins Montgomery is out. Need my opponent to be wounded. He's not out. They're not out. They will be out there. Christopher Slane. Been becoming a member for 6 months there at Holding Chubb. Najee Harris, Jalen Waddle, or Olave in the flex. If it's me, if it's my team, I'm going with Jalen Waddle and hoping for the high upside if Tyreek is limited. The Q, welcome to Holden Chubb as well. Crispy, hope all of our lineups are blessed this week. Yeah, I hope so too. Looking for some good football today. It's got to be better than Thursday, right? Whatever it is, it's got to be better than Thursday. Kyle's not sleeping. Kyle's been answering tickets nonstop on Discord this morning, and it's his son's birthday, so I know they're doing something this morning. That's why I am here. I sound like I didn't get enough sleep? Dude, it's like a story of my life, okay? If I sleep 5-6 hours, that's great. That's great for us this time of year. We don't sleep a whole lot. Is Amon-Ra St. Brown in? He's a game time decision still, Buck. We really don't know yet. The biggest issue is next week is their bye week. So they could opt to hold him out one more week, get the bye week, and then make sure he's fully good to go. Jake, I need your help with a nice banger. All right, Andres, let's get it today. Devin Turner need upside at quarterback. Cousins, T-Law, or Goff. If I knew about Amon-Ra, it would probably be Goff, but right now it's still Cousins for me. Justin Jefferson alone can provide the upside. Brian, at least Green Bay's putting up some points, right? It's more than what we got on Thursday. Dominique, full PPR flex Pollard or ETN. It is a gamble. Eye contact. I'm being dead serious here because I am not trying to sugarcoat this whatsoever. This is one of those situations that is a high gamble. But personally, in this situation, I'm gambling on ETN this week in a great matchup. The Q says he had to leave the Chubb for a month, but he's back, baby. Hey, that's all right. You can always take time to regain the Chubb, right? Yeah, Christopher, I don't know. Somebody getting sleep somewhere, right? Somebody is. We did 3 hours on a live stream last night. Kyle then went and gamed and played Madden against everybody for like another 2.5, 3 hours. Yeah, it was a long night. Crowder or Diggs? Bean, are you all right? Bean, that's not a question, Bean. Is that the kind of questions that Kyle gets on Sundays? A dude who's not even playing or Stephon Diggs? Come on. If you have to go between DeMont and Herbert, Trent, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. If anything, I'll take the guy that I know is healthy and go Herbert, but it's one of those things where Montgomery may only get 10 touches, but 2 of them could be goal line carries. You know what I mean? So that's where it gets really, really difficult. Oh, it is an inside joke with Kyle. Okay, I got you. In a standard league, Zeke or McLaurin, right now I kind of still feel safer with McLaurin today. With no Jahan Dotson in that lineup, a banged up Curtis Samuel who's not 100% should play, but yeah, I'm kind of feeling some Terry McLaurin this week. Ray said he fell asleep watching us. Hopefully it's because we weren't boring, Ray. Hopefully it's just because it was late and not because we were boring. Alexander Arroyo, 2 flex and a full PPR. Jeff Wilson, Hall, London, or Wilson. I don't love any of them for like a huge, huge upside. I have Breece Hall. I think if you want to play it safer, it's Breece Hall and Jeff Wilson. I probably play it a little bit safer and go with the 2 running backs. Drake London in a super difficult matchup, but they have no Kyle Pitts. It could just be one of those things where he's force-fed target, so if you want to gamble a little bit more, it becomes Hall in London. Dante, welcome to Full Chubb. Cardinals fan 726, welcome to Full Chubb. Arizona Cardinals, do I have a fellow Cardinals fan in here? Do I? Perfect. Frisky Biscuit, I love that name. Welcome to Holden Chubb. And Bryant Stinson, welcome to Holding Chubb as well. Matthew Hutchins, Soothing Voices. I need like a soothing throat lozenger because I feel like I've talked nonstop for like 35 straight days. Yes, welcome to all the new members. Start Njoku or Conklin. I think Njoku may have the higher ceiling this week, but a little bit more risky. If you need a little bit higher ceiling and willing to accept that risk, Francisco, I go Njoku. If you want to just play it safer, it's Conklin. Heriberto Luan says, morning. What's going on? Najee, Connor, or Herbert. I can only pick one. Oh, Lord. And you use the Crispy emoji. Man, that's a tough one because all those guys I'm not loving this week. With Herbert sharing with DeMont, Connor can't seem to find the end zone, and Najee can't seem to find much of anything, and he's going up against Buffalo. Connor doesn't have much better of a matchup this week. I'm probably just gambling here. It's all a gamble. I'm going to go with Najee Harris and just hopes that they can move the ball down the field and he can find the end zone. Hopefully Kenny Smallhands can put him in more touchdown opportunities. Arizona Cardinals or St. Louis Cardinals? I see J.D. Stewart's Arizona Cardinals. What's up, Kavi? Hot tea with a lemon. I mean, I probably will afterwards, but I literally, no joke, woke up about 26 minutes ago. I tried to get as much sleep as I could, knowing that I didn't go to bed till like 4. So, I'll be good. I just got to wake up a little bit more. Smashing the like, being out there doing the Lord's work, telling people to smash the like button here on a Sunday morning. Josh Bunch, hey Jake, roll the dice with St. Brown or kick with safety of Brandon Cooks of a lot of target. I'm probably right now, because we just don't know about Amon-Ra, I'm probably going Brandon Cooks. Full PPR Yak League, where every yard is 1.4 yards. Elijah Moore or Chase Edmonds, yes, I know they're bums, Sean. They're not ideal, right? I'm probably going to go with Elijah Moore and hope for some of the bigger plays down the field then, since you get more points for yards. Jake, do you play Clash Royale? I played a Jacrispy 9 last night. No, I do not. Honestly, I don't do anything outside of this, which I know sounds somewhat sad, like get a life, Jake, right? But I don't. Like, I watch football on Sundays. Outside of that, I really don't watch a whole lot of TV. I don't really have a whole lot of time to. It's either doing this or going to my daughter's soccer games or practices or whatever that is. Like, that's all I do. Full moon energy, right, Kavi? That's for sure. Max Turbo, welcome to Holden Chubb, the exclusive brother and sisterhood here that we all have. When do you think Allen Robinson will ever get going? Devin Simmons. Here's the issue, is I feel like Allen Robinson in the next 2 or 3 weeks is going to have a couple big games or a couple big plays. And it's going to suck people back. It's going to suck them right back in like a tractor beam, right? And you're going to be like, there it is. Finally, it's happening. And then that offense is just going to sputter off and on, and everything's going to go right back to Kupp. So that's a little bit of my concern, is the consistency right now. It's so like wishy-washy about Allen Robinson right now. If you watch, NFL Network or whatever, I see tweets every once in a while from people that they want to say, oh, Allen Robinson's legs are gone. They're really not. Like, that's just not the case. And a lot of people want to judge, athletes, from their couch. And you can't do that. I mean, you think they paid him all that money that he's still in the field running that many routes a week and he has no legs? Like, I mean, come on. Let's just be realistic a little bit. A big time is coming. A big game is coming, but we just don't know exactly when. Let's see here. Tony Perez, appreciate your little finger emoji. At least it's not the middle finger this morning. Oh, it's Trey Perez. Sorry, Trey. Dude, see, eyes aren't even working yet. James McIntosh, Motor City Jimmy in the chat says St. Brown is a game time decision if he doesn't play. I need to get a waiver wire. Any ideas? 12 team, not many free agents. Only Pat's wide receivers are taken. Is Jacoby. James, I don't know who all else is going to be out there and available for you. Is Devin Duvernay available maybe? I mean, that could be an option. He's on some waiver wires out there. I mean, you could always gamble with Hunter Renfrow if somebody dropped him because he hasn't been available. He could be out there. I'll try to look for your name, James, in the chat here. If you can tell me a couple more people who are available. DJ Stevie L. Genius, welcome to Holden Chubb. The Q, Jake, what's your thoughts on Jamison Williams coming back after the bye? I love Jamison Williams. Full disclosure, huge Jamison Williams fan. I feel he was the number one receiver in the draft. We got to watch him play live at an Alabama game once. Kid is great. I'm not so sure that right after the bye they're just going to unleash him. I have a feeling it's going to be a slow process, and we really don't get to see full Jamison Williams until week 10 to 12-ish. So I'm kind of being a little bit cautious there and not overly excited because I feel like Detroit is starting to figure things out, right? They're starting to score points. They're starting to look better. They can't stop anybody, but they're looking better. They don't want to take their new Ferrari and just like run them out there in rush hour traffic to begin with. So I feel like they're going to bring him along a little bit slowly. Maybe we see him closer to full health by week 10 to 12. OG Pauly D, been a member for 14 months, says, what's up, Jake Wentz or Stafford today? I can't trust Stafford until I see it, get a little bit better. So I'm gambling with Wentz this week. And then Buck out there gifting a membership, paying it forward to somebody this morning. Andre Adams was gifted that membership by Bukowski. Appreciate you, Buck. Let's see here. If Allen Robinson was doing numbers with the new retired Blake Bortles, with the now retired Blake Bortles, he still got it. I mean, that's my whole thought process. Is Allen Robinson a burner? No, but he's never been a burner. Like, that's not his game. His game isn't to beat you vertically. It's to beat you at the 50-50 ball. It's to move the chains. It's to score touchdowns. Like, it's not meant to be a field stretcher. So that's something that I think a lot of people don't understand or realize. They're expecting everybody to be a burner nowadays, and that's just not the case. Pull this up here real quick in case anything else changes this morning. Let's see. Daichi says, Mayday, Mayday, Logan Thomas is out. Let me see. If that is the case, then that is a good thing for Terry McLaurin, right? Good thing we've been propping up Terry McLaurin, because somebody's going to have to be getting targets there. I'm looking for it. Is it official that he's out? It says a game time decision, but I don't see anything saying where he's for sure out. I would not be surprised if he is ruled out, but I don't see it being officially announced yet. Let's see. Yep, throwing hashtag Bucks in the chat. Thoughts on Waller rest of season? Good enough to try to trade Hawk? Matthew Hutchins? I really don't want to trade Hawk right now is the problem. I want to have Hawk for another week. And then he goes on his bye week, and then after that, they get healthier, and I don't mind it. But this week, I kind of like Hawk more than I like Waller. So maybe it's something that we think about next week, but then maybe that window may be closed by then. So I don't know for sure. I don't know if I would rather have Hawk over Waller so far this week. The update came on the Sleeper app. Sleeper's been wrong before. Until it's officially announced by, Rappaport or Schefter or something, or Ari, I gotta wait to see till those guys confirm it here first. Dylan Gardner, welcome to Holden Chubb. Olave or Samuel? I mean, Olave is going to have a super high ceiling in PPR there with the touchdown upside. But if we don't have Logan Thomas and we don't have Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel going to get peppered along with Terry McLaurin, so he may be safer. Gabe Davis or Bobby Trees in a half PPR? I'm still gambling there. With Gabe Davis getting healthier, that's a guy I want in my lineup. Half PPR, start Breece Hall or Garrett Wilson in the flex. I always prefer to flex my running backs because I know the guaranteed volume they're going to see. Going into this game, I can tell you that Breece Hall probably going to get pretty damn close to 15 touches. Garrett Wilson, if Garrett Wilson gets 6 touches, I'm going to be pumped up about it. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of chasing touches in the flex play there in that situation, so I'm going with Breece Hall. And yes, it just came out 7 minutes ago from Ian Rappaport. Logan Thomas is officially out. So we have no Logan Thomas. Terry going for 102 TDs now. I hope so. I got him in a lot of prize picks. I need Terry to go off today. I also need Mike Evans to go off. Anybody else out there with a raise of the hand emoji, they need Mike Evans to go off today? I do. Standard, start Schultz or Hurst. I'm going to gamble and go with Schultz, and hopefully he's more involved this week in that offense coming off of injury. Ruben Fernandez throwing a bunch of Crispies out there. Says Zach Ertz or Higbee. I can't sit Zach Ertz right now. I just can't. He's one of the top tight ends in football. He's in an offense that needs playmakers, and they're more than likely going to be trailing and having to throw all game. So give me Zach Ertz. Donquist needs Godwin to go off. Okay. I don't mind that. I think I have a couple Chris Godwins out there. Yep, Amon-Ra is a game time decision. Mitch West 407, welcome to Holden Chubb. We now have 11 new members so far on this Sunday morning. Devin out there raising the hand. Trade Elliott as soon as he has a big game. John Fry, see, I remember John. Probably not, unless you get a crazy offer for him. And I say that for this reason. Dak's coming back pretty soon. The offensive line will get healthier, and that's when Zeke is at his best, right? We've seen Zeke struggle for years without Dak, without, offensive linemen. I hate to just go through this rough patch with him, and then if he has a big game, we let him go when things are about to get better. So I don't think I'd do that just yet unless you get a good offer for him. What up, OEG? Sergio, if Amon-Ra is out, should I play London or Davis? If you want to play it safe, it's Davis. If you want to gamble for higher upside, it's London. Reynolds is also available in waivers in a standard league. I don't know if I'd put Reynolds much above Corey Davis-ish. I mean, we don't know about Amon-Ra for sure yet, though. I think it's still the same, though. If you want to play it safe, it's Davis. If you want to go shoot for that upside, it's London. What up, Big Mont? Good morning. Hollywood or Curtis Samuel? I mean, it's starting to look like a Curtis Samuel type of day with no Logan Thomas, no Jahan Dotson. So he's probably the safer option. Hollywood more of the riskier upside play that I don't know if we actually see that upside this week. So if it's me, I'm probably going Curtis Samuel. Crispy just says he'll settle for an Aaron Jones goal line carry. I got the game on up in the corner, but obviously I can't be sitting here and watching the game and the screen. What's Aaron Jones up to right now? Aaron Jones, another guy I'd like to have a bigger day. 35 rushing yards, 17 receiving yards on 2 receptions and 3 targets. What about Saquon? Saquon up to 68 yards rushing. Randall Cobb, the one getting the 5 receptions on 8 targets for 76 yards. Awesome, Anthony. Flex Pickens or Myers? Salty Kremet? I'm going to be completely honest. I am gambling. I am throwing it all out on the table, and I'm going with always open George Pickens today. You need a Jones TD too? Yeah, I mean, it would not hurt. That's for sure. Alexander Arroyo, appreciate you with the fist bump. Max Turbo only have Pitts as tight end. Should I drop Prescott for Hurst? I mean, you have to have a tight end. I would put your chances very low of winning if you just have a 0 in spots. So I'm not for that. Is there any other options that you could potentially drop other than Dak? If not, then as much as I hate to do that now, I mean, you may not have a choice. I would rather maybe take a chance on somebody a little bit further down your bench at a position that may not get claimed right away if you have other options. Yeah, Tunyon out there splitting a lot of touches, right? We expected a lot to go to the tight end today. That's why we kind of like Tunyon. Wasn't expecting it to go around to Mercedes Lewis and Josiah DeGuara and everybody else. So, thank you, Aaron Rodgers. I do. I like Pickens, Jose, but I like Pickens a lot more with Kenny Pickett because Pickett's going to push the ball down the field. I didn't like George Pickens as much with Mitch Trubisky because he was just being too safe and wasn't going to get a lot of opportunities. So, IR, welcome to Holden Chubb. Gustavo Montes de Aca, also welcome to Holden Chubb. Buck, you've never had a tight end? I mean, I can't say never. When I was younger, it was pretty in shape, right? As I've gotten older, I just sit on it too much. Undisputed Frost, morning is going good. Morning has not been going for very long because I literally woke up like 12 minutes before I was supposed to hit go live because we stayed up way too late last night. But yes, I'm ready for some football. I am not excited for the Cardinals game. The Panthers game, even though I live in Carolina, I'm not a Panthers fan. So I couldn't really care less about the Panthers if I'm being honest from a fan perspective. Stevens Richard. What should I do with Russ the rest of season? I mean, I would prefer to not start him for the next couple weeks, if possible, so we can see what happens after this shoulder procedure that he just had. if with quarterback being so deep, there's so many options out there. I'm going to try to sit him for a week or two and see if that offense can kind of figure things out a little bit, because we just saw, not this week, but last week, Russ finished quarterback 3 overall on the week. So the ceiling and the upside is there. The tools are there. With Javonte Williams now hurt, they're going to throw the ball a little bit more. So there's reasons to hold on to him still, but I don't know if I want to trust him to start yet. Josh Arnett, yep, I am in Carolina. You're in Carolina too? Heck yeah. Nice brisk morning outside. You have Kirk Cousins too? Then yeah, I'm going with Cousins as of right now. Josh says, I don't care about the Panthers either, but I got free tickets to the game, so I'll be there. You know what's crazy is, maybe you guys care about this, maybe you don't. I'm telling you anyway. Every year I take my son to a different stadium to go see games somewhere. We've been to Atlanta. We've been to, obviously I've been to Arizona. We've been to Cincinnati. We've been to Washington. Where else have we been? There's one other one. Anyway, I've never been to a Panthers game. The stadium that's in my own home state, never been to a game. I go other places to watch other people play. There's some good barbecue out here, Sean. Shout out from Bahama, North Carolina. There's a Bahamas in North Carolina? That's where I need to be. The Bahamas. How was my cookout last night? Freaking amazing. Thanks for asking, Nathan. It was amazingly delicious. I got to change that. You know what's crazy, though, Josh, is we sat front row in Cincinnati for cheaper than we could get upper-level tickets to Carolina. I sat 13th row last year in Washington against the Chiefs for cheaper than I can sit upper deck in Carolina. We went to the new stadium in Atlanta a couple years ago, got great seats there. In the very front of the second deck, those were cheaper than Carolina. It's just like, I can go everywhere else and get better seats, so I'm going other places. Does Jake or Kyle directly handle Q&A and holding Chubb and excessive Chubb, or both? Do you mean on Discord, Dominique, or where are you talking about? On Discord, it's all of us. Like, we're all there. It's me, it's Kyle, it's Taylor, it's the Lone Boner, and it's the Doc. Oh, look at Kyle's been a member for 4 months right now. Love to support ourselves. Kyle, did you remember that you were a member of this channel? I am not a member of this channel. I can't become a member from the account that has it. Go to Soldier Field. That's on the list, Johnny. I mean, I want to go to Lambeau. I want to go to Lambeau Field when it's like a blizzard outside. Like, I want to get all bundled up like the Michelin Man and go to Lambeau. I want to go do stuff like that. Rob Amos, 2 of 3. Stevenson, Singletary, Curtis Samuel, and a full point PPR. I think all of them have good games today, honestly. But if it's my team, I'm going with Stevenson and Samuel. All right, well, at least you did remember, Kyle. Dominique, yeah, it'll show our names right there, like when we're responding to you, which one it is. As far as tickets and stuff go, we're always in the ticket system, nonstop, all day, every day. All the chats, we're bouncing back and forth as much as we possibly can. I know a lot of people want to talk throughout the day, but that's like when we're doing all of our work and our research and stuff, so it's kind of hit and miss, but we do our best to get in there as much as we can. We're in there at least every day for some amount of time. Come up to Minnesota, great new crib. Buck, don't tempt me with a good time, Buck. You're in the chat while manscaping. I mean, that's not the worst thing Kyle has done, let's be honest, right? That's not the weirdest thing. Thielen or Juju? I'm going with Thielen this week, Kenneth. Goff or Brady? I'm still going with Brady. Now that he's got Godwin and Evans good to go, that's where I'm going. Per Tom Pelissero, Amon-Ra expected to play. That is great news. Thank you, Mason. There's the Lone Boner. Cookout rules, 100. Just like the Headliner Nation community. Mac knows all about some cookout, Mac. I was crushing it on the live stream last night. And I crushed my cookout shake after the live stream last night. A calf cam? Why? So you guys can tell me I have chicken legs when my legs are bigger than everyone else's? No. You all just want to see my bare feet again, because you know I'm not rocking any socks or shoes right now. Lambo with a flask of whiskey? Sounds like me and John Fry could be friends. Ronnie Marquez, I traded Dylan and Waddle for Fournette and Devontae Smith. I mean, do I hate it, Ronnie? No. I feel like you gave up the consistent options for... I mean, Fournette over Dylan, I would smash for sure. Devontae over Waddle, though. Devontae's either going to go out there and score you 25 or he's going to score you 5. There's really no 14-point days in there with consistency. So that's the only part that worries me. Okay, Excessive Chubb is a ticket system of personal Q&A. Excessive Chubb really just gets access inside of Discord to a separate private channel. So they can go in there, they can open up tickets. You go in there, you click the little ticket icon. It automatically text messages me and Kyle and Taylor and everybody else associated with it a direct message. So then we can go in there, we can respond back to you one-on-one without having to go through chats and stuff like that. And then when we're all done, we close the ticket out. When you get a new question, you just open a new ticket. It's been working out great this year. Samuel or Connor in a full PPR. Y'all know I ain't wearing socks or shoes right now. You damn right, Lewis. Like, come on. It is Sunday morning. I'm working on Sunday. You know I ain't got no shoes on right now. Bam. Do the fam join you and watch football as well? Or are you solo in the man cave? Sean, I am borderline solo upstairs in my man cave. I go up there. I sit in my company-supplied screening room, and I watch football for a long time. Elijah, how do you get the link for Discord? There is no link for Discord. All you have to do is go into Discord settings, and then you open up connections, add, and then you click on YouTube, and then you'll log into your YouTube account through Discord, and it'll automatically pull you over. Sometimes it takes just a little bit of time for it to recognize it and pull you over, but it does it automatically. GM ain't got no clothes on. Well, that is TMI. I'm glad you don't have a camera on this morning. Does Excessive Chubb last for more than 4 hours? John, technically it has lasted now for like 18 months. So actually, I mean, if I'm being honest, we've just updated everything this year. So I've pretty much had Excessive Chubb, I think, since July. So if that's a problem, I may have to contact a doctor. I saw a deep ball going down the screen. I had to look for a second. Goff or Wentz. I'm probably going to lean towards Goff there, Eli. Do I start Waddle today, Warren? Probably. I mean, there's a lot of players that are banged up right now. If we're constantly worried about banged up players playing, we're going to have a hard time starting our lineup. So yes, I'm still going with Waddle this week, especially with Hill banged up. Hill's probably somebody I'm a little bit more concerned about. Because he's kind of a little bit more reliant on the deep ball, and if he's limited by the quad injury, we may not be able to see that. Do you guys still post picks and point spreads for the week? We throw prize picks in each one of our start-sit videos, and then we have a player prop channel on Discord that when we're dropping players in there, I just saw people in there talking a second ago, dropping good plays there in Discord. This is sweats and hoodie season in Rhode Island, 100%, Gabriel. I love hoodie season. I mean, I'm indoors right now, so I ain't got a hoodie on, but I wore a hoodie all day yesterday when I was outside. Love hoodie season. What's going on, Polo? Amon-Ra is active. Is that what has just come out? Let me find out. Not that I don't trust y'all. Yes. Julio Jones is out. Alvin Kamara in. Isaiah McKenzie is out. Gabe Davis Day, baby. Amon-Ra is active, and then Jadeveon Clowney is out. Marcus, Goff or Bridgewater? I actually don't hate Teddy Two Gloves today, but I'm probably still going to go with Goff. Do we do giveaways today? That's something that we're doing in Discord, so you guys got to get into Discord. It's so much easier for us to randomly select people in Discord. We have an entire channel there dedicated to it, and we do it every single week. We do it multiple times a week, so you need to make sure you're getting in there. You're missing out if you're not. We've done a ton of stuff here over the last couple days. Hoodies are awesome as long as you can get them from your girl. Terry, do you mean because your girl has stolen your hoodies, or are you trying to wear your girl's hoodies? That's a problem if you are. I don't know if you want to wear your girl's hoodies. I don't know if maybe it's your style, Terry. I don't know. I'm hoping it's that she has your hoodie and you're just trying to get it away from her. Curtis Samuel over Hill. I don't hate that. I mean, it's safer as of right this second. Okay, she stole it. Good. I thought it would be a little bit awkward if you're trying to wear her hoodies around the house. What else we got? Wife always stealing the hoodies. See, what I do is every time we go to the beach, which is a few times a year here in North Carolina, just always get your wife a hoodie and be like, here, babe, I got this for you. And then she always has a hoodie to wear. Technically, full disclosure, our spare bedroom down here, the closet, it's just a hoodie closet. Like, it's full of hoodies for our whole family. There is no link one night. You got to go into Discord settings, connections, add YouTube, and then log into your YouTube account there through Discord, and it'll add you into our server automatically. Yeah. The Jamar Chase frame jersey is coming up this week. JD, yeah, a lot of people loving the Discord out there. We do a lot of... Discord is not just some basic chat room. I mean, we have tons and tons and tons of channels. So you can talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Football, collectible, gaming, college football, whatever you want to talk about, there's a channel for it in there. 3-pedal racing, Breece Hall, Kareem Hunt, or Khalil Herbert today as your running back 2. With Herbert splitting with Monty, Hunt playing second fiddle to Chubb, I feel like Breece Hall is probably the safer option there, and we need to hope that he gets in the end zone again this week. Najee or Breece Hall? I have Breece Hall higher right now. I feel like Najee's, I got a difficult matchup going up against Buffalo, and he hasn't been doing anything. I just feel like Breece Hall's slightly safer. Keep y'all's hoodies, just don't get a wife. Warren out there, he got it figured out. Ethan has the morning injury updates posted. Heck, I don't even know if Ethan's awake yet. Let me go into the Doc's channel and see. Since the Doc has to have his own channel. Dr. Ethan updates. Oh, wow. Dr. Ethan was... He was updating things at 6:33 this morning? Damn. Brian Robinson expecting only about 20 snaps or so. Talking about the Russell Wilson procedure. He put in there that Amon-Ra was already expected to play, so he kind of knew that at 6:40 this morning. Justice Hill is out. Starting J.K. Dobbins. Yeah. He was up early this morning. Doc's an animal-ish. He is working for a promotion, right, Sean? He sees Kyle quit his day job, and Doc's like, hey, what about me? I'm like, dude, you're a doctor, okay? Like, I can't pay doctor salaries right now. He has to update it early before he goes to church. That's entirely possible. Buck says, currently have 3 quarterbacks, and it's killing me. Garoppolo, Brissett, or Zach Wilson. I feel like if it's me, I'm letting it all hang out, Buck, and I'm going with Zach Wilson. He's in an offense that's going to throw more than the other two and has a lot of playmakers that can make things happen after the catch. So I'm going to go with Zach Wilson. Dustin Stone. Also, does St. Brown active today? Should I change tight end from Hawkinson to Ertz now? I probably would have Ertz over Hawkinson. Ertz has just been so consistent as of right now. Johnny says, I have Amon-Ra. Should I start him? I mean, I don't know what other options you have, Johnny. Amon-Ra's still going to be somewhat risky. But the fact that he's in there, he's playing, he's going to see targets and have that touchdown upside in an offense that's throwing a lot and throwing to him a lot. So I'm still okay with starting him, but I've lowered expectations a little bit to where I'm maybe not expecting a 20-point day. What is Royal Rumble? I've seen it on there, but didn't know. That's a game in Discord that the community absolutely goes in there and they have fun with. People sign up for these virtual battles, and it tells you how you end up winning the battle and who died and how they got killed. It's a funny game, and a lot of people have fun with it on there. Should I start Ingram with Kamara active? I would probably not, Warren, if possible. Would you start B-Rob over Madison in the flex? You have to start one, Briz? Briz, that ain't good, Briz. I don't think Brian Robinson's going to touch the ball very much, but neither is Alexander Madison. Okay. Here's my inner thought process. Go with me here for a second, Briz. Let's talk this through together. Okay, so Brian Robinson going through something traumatic, coming back when people didn't expect him to be back already. Coming back in a game in which he has an opportunity to have a decent matchup with the Dallas Cowboys. Actually, no, not the Dallas Cowboys. That's week 4. Washington this week has Tennessee. It's a much better matchup, and it's at home. I could totally see if there's a goal line carry to be had, that they give it to Brian Robinson in front of his home crowd to really show their support for this young kid. He's just not going to get a whole lot of work. You know what I mean? There's just so much of a gamble there. I feel like Madison is probably safer, but because of the storyline situation, I'm considering Brian Robinson only because I don't think Madison gets a whole lot. It just depends if you want to take that risk there or not. Who are you dropping for a DST? Hendo, Edmonds, Gallup, or Pickens? I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's probably Darrell Henderson right now. I mean, that backfield has just looked horrendous overall. I think if you drop anyone else, somebody's going to claim them, Ben. So I think if you dropped Henderson, who's had some down weeks, you have a chance to maybe get him next week again if you want to. Olave or McLaurin? Jonathan, I'm going with McLaurin. Are you starting Cam Akers or Henderson? I want nothing to do with that backfield. I don't want a whole lot to do with that offense outside of Cooper Kupp right now. So I am not, unless you have no better options. At some week, Cam Akers is going to have a big game. It's coming. I'm telling you, Cam Akers is going to walk away one of the next few games and have 20-plus points. But I am okay with that being on my bench because I don't want to have it in my lineup for the next couple weeks and get the 3 points that he's been putting up consistently. So I'm just holding off and waiting until it actually happens. Nate Rice, welcome to Holding Chubb. Barkley's headed to the locker room? Don't say that, Peasy. Peasy, don't you dare come in here with some bad juju. I can't watch the game this way when the chat is over here in this general vicinity, so I'm having to look away. Your uncle dropped Stevenson for Cam Akers. Should I drop Edmonds for him? Honestly, I kind of like Stevenson a little bit better right now. I don't hate that. Oh, it's a shoulder injury. Put the chat near the TV. What, am I supposed to rearrange my office? Because then if I move my chat over here, my camera's over here. So then I'm looking at the chat and I'm not looking at the camera. You see, this is just an overall, it's a conundrum we have this morning. Hopefully it's nothing serious for Barkley. If it is, we'll blame Ethan. Yep, Kamara is active. He's good to go. That boy 555, pick 1.5 PPR, London, Ayuk, ETN, Penny, or Akers. I'm going with Brandon Ayuk. If you want to gamble more, it would be Drake London. But for me, I'm probably going Ayuk. Yeah, IR, this is like hard because Kyle usually does all the Sunday live streams. Like when we started this idea, we're like, hey, do we want to do one Sunday morning as well? I was like, I can't commit to doing one every Sunday. And he's like, I'll do it. So like on Sundays, like I'm usually not having to worry about going back and forth like this. So adapt and overcome. Tony Smith, welcome to Holding Chubb. We now have 15 new members of the nation this morning. That is awesome. How many likes do we have? 177 likes. Wow. What does Kyle say? If you don't hit the like button, your wide receiver 2 is only going to score 1 fantasy point today. Better hit the like button. Hunt or Juju with the new injury? I'm probably leaning towards Hunt right this second. Elijah, PPR, Godwin, or Amon-Ra? I'm going Godwin still. Nothing happened to Kyle. It's his son's birthday. So I took one for the team and volunteered for Sunday morning this week. I'd rather have this stream. I trust you more than fantasy football now. I mean, we're here just to have fun, right? I mean, fantasy football, some crazy stuff is happening this year. But as a community, we're still having a great time. Is all of the Headliner Nation employees' offices set up? If so, who's top 3 with the best setup? Well, I mean, we all still, well, not all of us. Kyle still lives in a different state. Ethan still lives in a different state. Me, Taylor, and Mac are all here in North Carolina. We have tried, and we will continue to try, to force Kyle and Ethan to move to North Carolina at some point where we can open up like a huge office space. I want like a Dude Perfect-ish office, which we are nowhere near that level. But like where we can go out there and do like challenges and play sports like indoors there. Something that would be amazing. That would be awesome. Brandon Knight, been a member for 13 months. He's been holding Chubb strong for 13 months. Says pick 3 between CMC, Kamara, Jamal Williams, and Dameon Pierce. Okay, so I'm going to go with CMC, Kamara, and Dameon Pierce. But that's not the safest. So, I mean, we know CMC doesn't have an easy matchup. Alvin Kamara coming back after him, missing some time. Not a bad matchup for him at all if they can get him some volume. Dameon Pierce going up against Jacksonville, which is a solid matchup for him. I don't dislike Jamal Williams, though. Like, I'm not just saying, oh, yeah, I don't want Jamal Williams. But he's just got the more difficult matchup going up against New England than Dameon Pierce. And I'm going to roll with my studs there still. So, that's the way I'm going. Luis, I see you out there, Luis. How you doing? Pasta Prince saying he's chubbed up. So am I, my friend. That's what happens when you sit in a chair for 6 years. Need 2 wide receivers in a non-PPR. So in the standard league, we got Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, A-Rob, Deontay Johnson. Don't forget to smash the like. Woof. I can see why you need options. I'm going to go for the 2 better offenses here. The 2 offenses that I feel are going to push the ball down the field the most, and that's with Garrett Wilson and Deontay Johnson. Flex play Ayuk or Duvernay? I'm still leaning towards Ayuk. 2 more members. We got Tyler Atwood and Christian Butler. Welcome to Holden Chubb. Make sure you guys get into Discord. You guys just go all out and do it from your own private island. I mean, hey, right now I'm doing it from my office in my house. So, I mean, that would be a huge upgrade. I would settle for some office space. But here's the deal. My entire background is in business for the most part. So, I'm not trying to go out there and put the company at risk for things in the future to have something that we don't need right now, if that makes sense. So, we are setting ourselves up to be in a great spot for the long haul. We're not trying to blow our wad at the beginning, if that makes sense. I guess that comes with age, right? I've learned my lessons over my life, so I'm making sure we're planning them for the long haul. Grind and play, welcome to Holden Chubb as well. Daniel Jones' throwing hand has blood all over it. At this point, we don't even know why he has a throwing hand over the last couple years. Is it like the bloody sock with, what was it, Kurt Schilling a while ago? Years ago in Boston? Wesley Webb becoming a member for the 7th month. Duvernay, Gabe Davis, Godwin. I can pick 2. It's Gabe Davis and Godwin for me. Sean you better not be laughing at Anna for starting Big Bob Tunyon. Oh, God. Where's all the people that actually help somebody? Even Aaron Rodgers is disgusted, shaking his head right now. S. Nagra, welcome to Holden Chubb as well. Bigfoot or Pickens in a standard league? Peasy, gamble with me and go Pickens today. I don't know why. It's a gut feeling. I'm going with Pickens. It could just be gas. I probably should go to the bathroom and take care of it, but I'm thinking it's just a Pickens feeling is what I'm thinking. Tony Smith says, hey, Jake, been a fan for the past 4 seasons now. Thank you for the support, Tony. Would you start Jacoby Myers against Detroit or Ayuk or Tyler Boyd? Man, if you want to play it safer, it's Ayuk. If you want to gamble a little bit more, it's Boyd and hope that Higgins is somewhat limited. Just more of a gamble. Daniel Jones doesn't even know which hand to hold his Chubb with. I mean, with some of the throws that I've seen over the career of Daniel Jones, he could have thrown it with his left hand for all it mattered. You know what I mean? But what's weird about this, tell me if you guys agree or not in the chat. Is it me, or sometimes you watch Daniel Jones and you're like, this kid is an all-pro quarterback. That throw was amazing. Whatever, he surprises you, and then literally, like the next series, he throws a duck, like not even close to his receiver, and you question whether or not he's ever played football before. Like, he is one of the biggest up and down quarterbacks that I've seen play in quite some time, because there's some times where the kid has talent. It's just not always there. Ramiro Jacobo, becoming a member for the 12th month of Holding Chubb. Got Khalil Herbert in the flex already. Started Judy. McLaurin is my other receiver. Mixon and Eckler at running back. I have Olave on the bench. Should I make room for him? If you already started Judy and McLaurin is your other, you got Herbert enough. So really it's just between Olave or Herbert. If it's me, personally, I'm going Olave for the higher ceiling. Herbert may be the safer play, but with DeMont playing, I'm going Olave over Herbert in the flex. Stevens Richard. PPR need one for a wide receiver 2. Waddle, Thielen, Juju, or Curtis Samuel. Already started Pittman. I feel like Curtis Samuel is probably the safer option, but if it's me, if it's my team, I'm gambling, I'm going with Waddle. I'm trying to win it this week. I need the higher upside. Give me Waddle. Whoa, Johnny. We can't be on the internet talking about Aaron Jones' dong, okay? I mean, we can't. We got to clean that up. And to throw a flag. Johnny's talking about dongs in the chat. Ben R, appreciate you out there. Khalil Herbert or ETN, Kenny? I think Herbert's probably... I know what you meant, Johnny. It was just, I had to read it. I had a Ron Burgundy moment. I read it, and I had fun with it. Herbert sharing with David Montgomery just doesn't have that ceiling. We're going to be so dependent on who gets the touchdown or two. It's a gamble. I think if you want to play it safe, it's Herbert. If you're willing to gamble, you go ETN. Higher ceiling, safer floor between Goff, Carr, or Lawrence. This week, I'm probably going with Carr as the highest ceiling in a potential shootout against Kansas City. Safest floor? I mean, Houston has a decent secondary. I want to say Trevor Lawrence. I really do, because going up against Houston, their secondary is just underrated. I think Jared Goff with Amon-Ra St. Brown coming back becomes a safer floor guy with Carr as the ceiling. Marisa Mo, good morning, headliners and PPR. Would you start Amon-Ra or start Josh Reynolds or Corey Davis? Being that Amon-Ra is active, it is a risk, but the way that guy performs, we can't really afford to sit him when he plays, so I'm going with Amon-Ra. Najee or Chris Godwin swags? I'm going with Chris Godwin. I think he's safer and has a high ceiling than Zeke this week. This is a dong-free show. You tell him, John. Carr or Stafford? I have Carr higher this week, Nate. I got to see Stafford get better. I got to see that offense get better before I start him anymore. I do, Anna. I've said this in multiple videos. I feel like the Houston secondary is underrated. You can run all day against them, but throwing against them is just a little bit harder. Lethal Weapon or Rambo? Man, I like both of them, Luis. I like both. If I had to lean one, it would probably be Lethal Weapon, but by a hair. Amon-Ra, the Sun God, is good to go today. Play him. Yeah, see, that's kind of how I feel too, Fear. Like, I'm just not... If a stud like that is playing, I would rather him... And this sounds bad to even say. I would rather put him in my lineup and take the risk in starting him than have him on my bench and have him go off for 22 today, and I feel like I was just too cute and I sat him. You know what I mean? So I'd rather almost have him struggle in my lineup than go off on my bench. Got ourselves a ball game here. Full PPR, J.K. Dobbins or Amon-Ra. Both pretty similar. I feel like Dobbins is probably a little bit safer. Kind of same situation with Amon-Ra, but at least J.K. Dobbins is another guy that has that high ceiling, right? Another guy that can go out there and put up 20 points in a week. You're not just going to go take a guy that could put up 8, 9, or 10. So in that case, I think Dobbins is probably safer. Lethal Weapon or 007, that's going to be Lethal Weapon for me still. Hash browns or home fries? I'm probably going to have to go with hash browns. I mean, I like fries, but I mean, I'm going to I like home fries, but I think hash browns is where I'm going to go. Hash browns actually sound pretty delicious right now. Will Devontae Smith have a bounce back game, or will A.J. Brown eat? I think A.J. Brown is going to eat, and I think we see a couple of big receptions for Devontae Smith. Maybe not a lot of volume, but a lot of big play opportunities. Let's see here. I got to get updated on the score on today's game here. Yeah, should have looked. Is he out for the game? I mean, that's what it's kind of looking like. Corey Davis or Gabe Davis? Give me Gabe this week. Grind. John Curtis becoming a member of Holden Chubb. Welcome to the nation. Best game day appetizer? I mean, I love wings. I can crush some wings. Wings with ranch all day long. But I'm not limited to just wings. I mean, I am a sophisticated person, Sean. I can eat just about anything. Look at me. Yep, tie game 2020. Dubes needs to score a touchdown late here, right? Is it coming? Hopefully it's coming. Lemon pepper is your addiction. The mailman is here right now. That's odd. Dalvin Cook or Mike Williams in a full PPR. I just can't sit Dalvin Cook. Any crazy weather games today, Peasy? No. Nothing crazy on the docket today. Not like we've had to deal with for the last few weeks anyway. Kyle Reeves, appreciate you out there with the fist bump. Bacon-wrapped jalapeno poppers with pimento cheese? Hell yeah. We used to make those every once in a while when I used to have a day job. When we worked night shift, we would make those at night. Haven't had those in a minute. Does Goff have more... Oh, the dog's pissed because the mailman's here. Let's see here. Pickens or Ayuk for the flex play. I mean, I think Ayuk's probably fairly safe, but if it's me, I'm gambling with Pickens. Tyler Atwood, appreciate the cheeseburger out there, my friend. How about some Hush Puppies? I don't mind Hush Puppies. They're not like super high on the list, but they're not like off the list, if you know what I mean. Star-Lord. They're not bad though. I'll crush some of those. All the eBay packages you have coming in, thought we would get them delivered today. I'm not expecting any cards right now. I did fill up my first card case. Peasy, are you proud of me that I finally got organized and got my first legit card case to keep my cards in instead of just stacking them on the shelf behind me? Olave or Waddle with no MT or Landry. I don't mind. I think Olave is probably the safer option. I mean, he probably has the safer floor fill. Waddle still may have the higher ceiling for the week, but Olave's floor is safe. If that's what you're looking for, the safety side, it's Olave. Does Goff have more upside if Amon-Ra plays compared to Cousins? I don't know if I want to say he has more upside. I mean, I think they're pretty much equals at that point. I mean, when you have Justin Jefferson, when you have Adam Thielen, when you have Irv Smith, when you have Dalvin Cook, you're going to have a ceiling there as well, too. So they're pretty close now, though. I mean, Amon-Ra definitely helps out Jared Goff. See, Peasy, I'm trying to step up, Peasy. I'm trying to. Just a little bit at a time. Lockett or Samuel? I got Samuel a little bit higher. Start Jawrence or Wentz. Pretty sure that means Lawrence. And if it's Lawrence, I'm going to go with Trev by a hair. You think Kenneth Walker is worth holding on to? As long as you don't have any immediate needs and you can just have him sitting on your bench and waiting. If you have an immediate need and there's somebody available on waivers, then I'm not opposed to dropping him. Ravishing Ricky Rude. That is an amazing name. That is a flashback to the childhood right there. Appreciate that donation, my friend. Appreciate that. Dude, and you honestly, if that's you in your profile picture, you look like you could be related to the original Ravishing Rick Rude. Anthony Monzo, Rashad Penny, Boyd the Duve, or Mostert in the flex. I think all of them are very boom or bust, if I'm being completely honest. If you want to play it somewhat safe, it's Raheem Mostert. If you want to gamble a little bit, it becomes the Duve. I've been on, but listening coaching son's football game. Matt, are you out there on the sideline right now? You're on the sideline coaching and you're asking fantasy football questions. That is next level. J-Rob or Olave. I still have J-Rob a little bit higher. I want those touches in my flex spot. Dude, can we call a play for you, Matty? Can we call a wide receiver screen to the left? It's going to work, I'm telling you. I don't know what age you coach and if they even throw or not yet, but do it. Hashtag Rick Rude in the chat. Hill or Samuel, what would you do? I think Samuel is safer. With Tyreek Hill playing, how do you really afford to sit him? Kind of a similar situation I said before. Like, I'd almost rather him struggle in my lineup than blow up on my bench. But Curtis Samuel is somebody who we think is in line for a decent day this week anyway. So I still feel like Samuel's probably a little bit safer. Johnny, have a good one, my friend. We'll talk to you later. Can you run the annexation of Puerto Rico, Maddie? Can you run that? Can't wait for tonight's game. Should be a good one to end this awesome Sunday. I mean, I'm all for some Joey B and Lamar Jackson games. Barkley is back in. That is a good sign. Everybody's prayers worked for Saquon. Johnny Gill, Metcalf, Gallup, Devontae Smith. You can only choose one. Ooh. I mean, Metcalf is probably the most consistent person there, but he's got a tough matchup going up against New Orleans. Gallup coming back, going up against LA, and then Devontae Smith with Arizona, but he's inconsistent as all hell. I'm probably gambling and going Metcalf and hoping for a big play. Channing Holmes, welcome to Holding Chubb. John, welcome to Holding Chubb. Flex Hollywood Brown or David Montgomery. I'm going to flex Hollywood Brown there, Jose. Ravishing Ricky Rude says, how about for TJ Hawkinson or Gerald Everett? I mean, with Amon-Ra back, it does somewhat limit TJ Hawkinson. The volume should still be there, but the touchdown opportunity there is weekly for Gerald Everett with no Keenan Allen. So I'm going to go with Gerald Everett. But I think it's a win-win either way. Robert, we love you back. Flex Joe Mixon or Dalvin Cook. You have to flex one of them? How stacked is your team, Alex? You can only choose one, really? I mean, I probably go Cook, but I hate to sit either. Oh, Matty says, only 8U. We run. We made a 70-yard fumble, scoop, and score right now. See? I knew it. We sent some good vibes, even though you didn't have the football, even though it wasn't my play call that did it, the nation spoke it into existence that your team would score, and they did. That's what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, no Isaiah McKenzie today. Hashtag Pee Wee football. That's right, got to start somewhere. What's going on, LJ? Between Gabe Davis and Woods, it's Gabe Davis for me. Hey, you guys want a sneak peek? Who wants a sneak peek? I got 2 more boxes from Pristine Auction Friday. Anybody want to see a sneak peek of what we got? Like, I won't go through them each, individually, but does anybody want a sneak peek of what we have coming up? And some reasons why you should be getting into Discord and joining right now? Hashtag sneak peek in the chat. Ed Miller, half PPR. Tight end Ingram or Hurst. With Hurst not being 100%, I'll lean Ingram. And then 1 out of Thielen, Ayuk, Pickens, Wilson, or Henderson. I'm probably going with Thielen as the safer option. If you want to gamble, it's Pickens. Barkley had a big catch. Perfect. I missed it. All right, we're seeing some hashtag sneak peeks. This is a big one. This thing is going to be sick. Right there. Look at Luis. I see you out there, Luis, with the unboxing sticker. Tell me that this is not reason enough to get into Discord right now. We have 589 people watching. We've had 23 new members today. But what's upcoming through Discord? How about a signed Justin Herbert? That's a sweet picture right there. That's a sweet one. And then the box, I had to tape up the sides because it's getting so full. This is why you need to get into Discord. Jerseys. More jerseys. This is stacked high. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 full-size helmets, and I have another one over there on the shelf. You guys like balls? I got balls. I got multiple balls. I mean, they're hooking us up right now. You need to make sure you head over to pristineauction.com. There's a link down below in the description. It's right here on your screen. Use referral code Headliner, sign up for a free account. You're entered into all of our giveaways, and all this stuff is happening here pretty soon. So you need to get into Discord. I need a bigger box. Oh, yeah, and there's some big names in here, by the way. I mean, this one alone right here is a pretty big one. Anybody know what color that is? Oh, that's too much. That's too much. Peasy. Peasy still out there? Peasy, ready? Anyway. Push the box back. We got tons of things coming up. I know, Anna. It sounded better in my head when I said it. If J-Rob does good today, I'll upgrade to the top tier Chubb membership. Okay. Is there a story behind that? Maybe. I'm trying to find out what's going on. Their defense is looking gassed. I can't tell. Yeah, Discord is awesome. I mean, Alex, if anybody's going to do it, you know it's going to be me or Kyle, I guess. A lot of goodies, though. I have done too much talking for the last day and a half. Oh, he makes you sad, that's why. Okay, so it'll make you happy. Waiting for a signed Kenny Pickett jersey. They'll probably get some in pretty soon. If Fournette gives me a touchdown today, I'll upgrade as well. Man, all you guys feeling pretty good, right? You get a lot of upgraded stuff here. I'm just glad Barkley's back in the game. And Barkley just scored a touchdown. Hell yeah. That's what the hell I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Where do you put? Rick Rude, we got where are you putting things in the chat? Gabe scores 20, I go max membership. I need to start writing these down. I'm not going to remember all these. What's the score? Right now it's 26-20, but they're about to kick the extra point. So it'll be 27-20 New York. Oh, you're going against Barkley. That sucks. Sorry, Warren. Barkley is not hurt. He just scored a touchdown. And we are happy for it. Giants looking tough. The Giants are surprising to me, right? I mean, considering all of their pass-catching weapons either suck or they're injured, like, they're still in ball game. A lot of it has to do with Saquon Barkley. I mean, let's be realistic. But that dude is a huge part of it. We do every week on Discord, Jose. Every single week. Multiple items. Multiple items. It is a well-coached team. Brian Dable's doing a great job. J-Rob scores 15 and I upgrade and stay for next season. I mean, don't you want to stay next season anyway? Don't you guys want to stay next season anyway? Nobody wants to go nowhere. Josh Reynolds or Corey Davis. Anthony, it's kind of a toss-up. I'm still probably leaning towards Corey Davis. Kyle Spriggs, sit one in a full PPR between Samuel, Godwin, London, and Gabe Davis. Go Browns, hashtag full Chubb. I love all those options. I'll sit Drake London. I don't love it, but that's who I'm going to sit. Tunyon and Aaron Jones better get a touchdown now. Okay, I would be fine with that. You had no better ideas. That's okay, Frisket Biscuit. I mean, I know you're gonna stick around. What's up, Warhorse? Nice to see you too. Hopefully you're having a great weekend as well. Gesicki or Ingram? Ed Miller? I don't love either. If I had to choose, give me Ingram this week, and let's hope that he can get a few targets. Do you feel no preseason work has led to more injuries early in the season? No. I feel like it's led to worse play on the field to start the year. Big play? No, out of bounds. I feel like that's why we're seeing a lot of bad football right now, is a lot of guys just aren't playing in the preseason, and the first month of the season is basically preseason for a lot of these guys, and that's what's really starting to catch up to fantasy football, I believe, is people are starting off slow because they're not in game shape form. I mean, they're going to be in shape, but I'm talking like they're not up to speed just yet. Saquon just had to poop but didn't want to take a cart like DK. He had to fake an injury just to go drop one real quick. Possible. Full PPR, pick one: Connor, Bobby Trees, Hunt, or Garrett Wilson. In a full PPR, I will gamble and go with Bobby Trees in a full PPR. Shout out to all the Jimmies, by the way. Hashtag Jimmy in the chat. You better believe it, Jimmy Miller. Draft day, your league clowned you for picking up Barkley. We hear that a lot about Barkley and Chubb. Just saying, they're both doing pretty well. Julio out. Here's my surprised face. Yeah, not overly surprised. Let's see, PPR for flex, Elijah Moore or Zay Jones. I'm probably leaning towards Elijah Moore by a hair. Chubb has killed it for me. You better believe it. You know, we've been full Chubb forever. Remember when taking Jimmy Smith was a lock? That was a few years ago, yes. Chubb life 3 years straight. You better believe it. 3 years for you, Alex. I'm going on year 5 now? I think it's year 5. Nagra just became a member today. You guys rock. Appreciate you. Half PPR, Schultz or Jawan Johnson. I'm going to go with Schultz. Montgomery, Herbert, or Thielen. I'm guessing this is for your flex, and if it is, because Montgomery and Herbert are sharing touches, I'm going to go with Thielen. Jimmy says he wasn't a believer in Chubb either, but trusted us, and it paid off. How many people this offseason did you see on other channels, on social medias, in comment sections? I'm not touching Chubb with no Deshaun Watson. Every defense is going to know what they're doing, and I was like, dude, you don't understand. They're going to run the ball a lot because they don't have a quarterback to throw it consistently. You want Nick Chubb this year. How do you know if you win something? Rick, when you're in Discord, you go into the giveaway tab, and there's a way to interact with it. It's like a little ticket, I believe, or it's like a surprise emoji. I don't remember which one it is in there. And then automatically enters you into the drawing, and then you'll get tagged and messaged and stuff when it automatically selects the winner. So you'll know. And then we DM you, send you a message, find out where you want it shipped to. Pierce or Eckler for the flex. I love Pierce this week, but I can't sit Eckler. See, Anna, you wanted Tunyon to score you some points, and now he's up to 1 point. Ask and you shall receive, Anna. Half PPR flex, Jacobs or Damian Harris? Man, I love Damian Harris this week. I still feel like Damian Harris is going to be slightly safer in a great matchup. Bulls, Pippen, half PPR flex, Jacobs or Damian Harris? Oh, that's one we just did. Yeah, Damian Harris. John, tight end position, Otten, Howard, or Bates? Wow. I gamble and go with Otten with no break and just hope for a touchdown. Should you sell high on Christian Kirk or hold because he has an easy schedule? I'm actively shopping Christian Kirk because his value is never going to be higher for the most part. I'm not just trying to dump him and get rid of him, but if I get a great offer, I'm going to accept it because when you drafted Christian Kirk, you weren't overly reliable on Christian Kirk because he's probably further down on your bench. But if you have holes on your team that you can fill, you can use Christian Kirk to fill those holes. So I'm not just trying to dump him and trade him to get out from under him or whatever before he falls off the face of the earth, because I think he can stay solid all year long, but his value is so high right now that you can probably capitalize on it if you have some needs. Everybody's got needs. French toast or pancakes? Both. If I had to choose just one, honestly, that's a tough one. That may be the toughest question of the day here. I think having like a short stack of pancakes with melted butter and syrup all dripping on, well, that sounds amazing. But French toast is pretty dang delicious too. I can't decide, Kyle. I'm a fat boy. I like both of them. Eric, welcome to Holden Chubb. Elijah Moore or Josh Reynolds? I'll probably go with Elijah Moore by a hair now that Amon-Ra is active. Gabe Davis or CeeDee Lamb in a full PPR, you need points. Andre, can we not start both of them? I want both of them this week. I want both. If I had to choose just one, I think Lamb is safer, and if you have to gamble, you go Gabe Davis if you want to gamble. Need a Jones touchdown? I would take that. That would be a very long touchdown. Where are they at right now? The 36 or so? I can't tell. Waffles. I like waffles, but they're not higher than pancakes or French toast. I know, Sam, right? I mean, how am I supposed to choose? Hash browns or sweet fries? Probably still hash browns. It's not Jake better than Kyle. It's Jake and Kyle better than everyone, Jimmy. You got to include the two names together and then the greater sign. Throw it to Doobs. Throw it to the Doobs. At least they're having to throw late in the game here. It was the Doobs, but it wasn't a long one. Tony Fuller, been a member for 12 months. Higgins or Cooper? I'm going to risk it with Higgins right now. The usage of Cooper is crazy. It's like he's either getting 27 targets or he's getting 2 targets. And I don't really understand why that offense is so hit and miss with him. So I'll gamble with Higgins. Alex Herrera, thank you for the piece of pie. Appreciate that. You can do more with pancakes? What do you do with your pancakes? Soda or juice? I probably shouldn't admit it, but it's probably, if I had to choose between those two, it would be soda. I'm not real big on juice. Apple juice makes me go to the bathroom. If they fuse, they become Jakyle. Why does Kyle get his full name in there, though? I guess my full name is technically in there. Need a Doobs TD. I know we're hoping for it here. Not sure if you answered my question. Was in church, Stafford, Geno, or pick up Carr, but have to drop one of the other two, and then Singletary or Connor. I don't think I did yet, Ben R. If it's between Stafford, Geno, or Carr, it's going to be Carr for me this week. And then if you have to drop one, if you're in a league full of like really savvy players, you could probably drop Geno and pick him back up next week if need be. I think a lot of people are expecting a Stafford bounce back at some point. I think if you drop Stafford, somebody probably claims him and holds on to him just to see what happens. But I'm still going with Carr this week. And then Singletary or Connor. In a PPR, the way that Singletary's been used in the passing game, it's got to be him for me right now. Add fruit to the pancakes. Not a big fruit on my pancakes type of guy. I made sourdough crumpets this morning. They were delicious. Sounds delicious. I hope so too, Sapper. Hoping for another Olave day. Tunyon has 2 points now. See, Anna? He's just racking them in bunches. They're just coming in bunches. Ravishing Ricky Rude out there throwing me an incredible sticker. Appreciate you this morning, Ricky. Brett becoming a member of Holding Chubb. Goff over Stafford today. I think we kind of have to, Peasy. At some point, Stafford's going to bounce back. Like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, but it's also had been happening with him doing absolutely nothing in our lineups. Goff been performing. I'll start Goff over Stafford until they can figure it out in LA. Grits are greater than everything? I don't think so, Star-Lord. I mean, I grew up in Arizona, though. I know grits are a lot more popular back here where I'm at now, but I just can't. I can't do grits. I don't know why. I just can't do it. Glad to have you back, Rick. Your phone died for a second. Perfect. Yellow grits with butter and cheddar cheese is amazing. My wife eats grits, but she puts maple syrup in them. I mean, they look good, I guess, but I just haven't acquired that taste. Gabe Davis or Zeke in a full PPR. Eric, I'm probably still leaning Gabe Davis, hoping for a big day. Salt and pepper and butter in the grits. Yeah, see, I just can't do it. Kittle or Hurst, both are risky, sadly, for sure. If that's the case, though, Kittle at least is healthy. He missed a touchdown by like an inch or two last week, Isaiah, so I'm going Kittle. No, sweet grits are gross. Savory grits is where it's at. You guys can argue about it. Jake's calves or Saquon's forearms. I haven't paid attention to Saquon's forearms anytime soon. I know he's got me beat in the quad section. My calves are not small, though. I'm a very large... I couldn't be this big of a human and have small legs. Like, it's not proportional. The weather is good now, PZ. We finally have dried out from all the rain we got from Hurricane Ian. I guess it wasn't a hurricane by the time it got here. Tropical storm, tropical depression, whatever it was, it dumped a crap load of rain outside. I think we had like 6 or 7 trees snap. Luckily, nothing on the house, though. That's great. Daniel, you lived in Yuma when you were a kid? I grew up, lived 30 years in Phoenix. 30 years of my life was in Phoenix before we moved out here. Stuffed French toast, forget about it. Okay, now that you're up in the game with stuffed French toast, now we're in the same ballpark for sure. Cosmo, the fiance got you a signed Chris Carter jersey for your birthday tomorrow. Everybody throw a hashtag happy birthday to Cosmo in the chat. I'm pumped, but she doesn't understand why I won't wear it. It's signed. You can't wear it. Cosmo's wife, or fiance, future wife. He's right. He can't wear it. Right now, this is a piece of memorabilia that actually has monetary value. If he wears it and smudges the signature or, dirties the jersey, the value will decrease and no longer become a collector's item for such a stud player. He can't wear that. He can't. He's got to frame it. Look at, I frame mine. Okay? He's got to have to frame his. Anna is manifesting a Tunyon TD. Oh, he was almost manifested a tip ball interception. What made me move? I was offered a job out here as an engineer for a data center. So I moved out here, and now I no longer even work for that job. Let's see here. We got another member here of Ian. We just talked about Hurricane Ian. Now all of a sudden, Ian has become a member of Holding Chubb. Welcome to the exclusive nation. We have had 26 new members today. 26 new members. That's right. It's because he did throw it to Cobb, right? Had he thrown it to Tunyon, it wouldn't have been tipped. I like where your head's at. Where's he going now? It's 4th and 2. I got to watch for a second. Hang on. Oh my God. No way. The New York Giants just beat the Green Bay Packers. Back-to-back tip balls. Wow. You give Aaron Rodgers a chance like that 9 times out of 10, you're not going to walk out a winner in regulation. That's crazy. That is crazy. Jimmy, are you a G-Men fan? Eggs Benedict or shrimp and grits? Neither. Not a fan of either. Huge fan of the Giants, and I did not think they would win, Ethan. Yeah, I didn't think so either. Anna, you need to write him a letter. Hollywood or Olave? I'm kind of leaning towards Olave right now. He's got the better matchup than Hollywood does, plus no Jarvis Landry or Michael Thomas. Born and raised in New York. Well, there you go. Congrats on your win today. Anyone else put peanut butter on their pancakes? My son does that. Anna for new offensive coordinator. I think Aaron's probably his own offensive coordinator at this point for the most part, though. If Juju sits as MVS a good start, I wouldn't say he's a good start. I think if that's the case, we get a lot more work going the way of the running backs, maybe like a CEH, Travis Kelce going to have a huge target share. I don't know if I could say MVS is a good start because he's kind of big play dependent. No Eggs Benedict, and no, not happening. I put peanut butter and Nutella on my waffles. Do you fill up every square of the waffle, Anna? Or is it just like a swoop over there? Start Metcalf versus the Saints, Racing Boy. I don't know what other options you have. It's a risky start going up against New Orleans, but they've been playing so well that I don't hate it whatsoever. James McIntosh, it's about the crepes. The problem with it, they're just so skinny. I mean, they're just so small. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like I need a little bit of girth in my pancakes. You know what I love, though? I haven't seen one. We've talked breakfast food here for hours, it feels like. Not one person has mentioned omelets. I love omelets. Am I alone in that? Does nobody else like a damn omelet out there? Somebody gotta love some omelets. Anybody? Nutella gave me hot snakes. What are hot snakes? Star-Lord? Spanish omelets? I mean, I just like omelets in general. It's a very underrated. Like, nobody ever mentions omelets. You could put any damn thing you wanted to in an omelet, and it's gonna be delicious. But nobody ever does it. Nobody ever mentions it. Hashtag free omelets. I think he means poop emoji, Sapper. Okay. Is Penny a good flex option, or is Ayuk, Boyd, or Akers better? Personally, I don't know if I'd say it is better, right? I don't know if I'm going to go with better. If it's me, though, I'm probably leaning towards Ayuk, though. You have omelets too often. When you have 10 hens that lay 10 eggs a day, you eat a lot of omelets. If somebody would make me an omelet every morning, I would eat it every morning. But I don't want to make an omelet every morning. It's because eggs are usually Mando in breakfast. They are afterthoughts. What does Mando mean? Am I not hip with the new lingo that I don't know what usually Mando in breakfast means? You know, I'm getting worried this game is technically not over. You're right. It's technically not. But it's pretty damn close. Yeah, see, no one makes them. You have to make... Exactly. I don't want to make them either. Oh, mandatory. Is that what Mando means? See, I'm just not hip with the lingo. I got too old to keep up with it, I guess. Exactly. You hear Mando, you think of Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian. Like, that's what I was thinking. Eggs over easy, corned beef. Eggs over easy over corned beef hash. Not for me. Terry, you can have my helpings. Kyle, you grew up in Quartzsite, Arizona? Dude, you had nothing to do as a child. There was nothing out there. Flipping omelets is an art form. I love doing it. I have a Blackstone grill, and I love that thing. And it makes it so much easier to do omelets. But it's just so much work to make them. Would you start Drake London or Garrett Wilson? I think Garrett Wilson is safer, but the higher ceiling is Drake London. He just has a tougher matchup going up against Tampa Bay. No, there's no link to Discord for all the new members here. You just have to open up Discord. You go to Settings, Connections, Add, YouTube, and then you log into your YouTube account there in Discord, and it will automatically link you to our server. It may take just a little bit of time, but it'll happen automatically. Make breakfast crunch wraps on your Blackstone. They are so good. I bet they are. Yeah, Anna just put it there for you as well. Where's the butt punt when you need it? Herbert, Ayuk, or Josh Reynolds in a full PPR flex. Probably leaning towards Ayuk there. Pancakes or French toast again. We decided earlier that I'm just a both kind of guy. St. Brown, Olave, and Godwin, you can only choose 2 of them. Dang, that's tough, Geeches Peaches. Godwin is for sure. If you want to play it safe, it's Olave. If you want to gamble, then it's Amon-Ra with Godwin. It just depends if you want to play it safe or gamble. Should I start Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel, or Jamal Williams in my flex, and Njoku or Waller at tight end? Okay, so man, that's so many good options there, Braden. I want to start Gabe Davis. I want to start Curtis Samuel. And I want to start Jamal Williams. If you want to play it safer, you probably go with Jamal Williams to play it the safest. If you want to gamble for the highest upside, it's Gabe Davis, and then Curtis Samuel will slot somewhere in the middle there. Between Njoku or Waller, though, I'm going to go with Waller this week, and hopefully there's a shootout against Kansas City. No one said breakfast wraps. Here's a question. Is a breakfast wrap basically just like an omelet inside of a tortilla? Like, I mean, are we just adding the calories of the tortilla at that point? Morning person or night owl? I am not a morning person, Joey, at all. At all. I could stay awake with you all night long and do whatever it is you want to do. As long as it was legal. But yeah, I suck at the morning. I used to have a job where I had to be there at 6 a.m. every day, and I got used to it. But after I stopped working there, I realized how much I hated mornings. Like, a lot. I know, Star-Lord, it just sounded better in my head, and then I started to say it, and I'm like, this is not really the right verbiage to be using. Joey, it's 3 a.m. here, so I'm not sure which I am. Have you gone to bed yet? If you've gone to bed and woken up, you're a morning person. If you've yet to fall asleep from last night, then you're a night owl, and that's exactly me, Joey, because we are night owls here in this household. Me, my wife, and my 2 kids, forget about it. We are night owls. My wife gets to stay home, and we homeschool the kids. So we don't really have to worry about following a schedule other than practices for sports, which is usually in the late afternoons, early evenings. So honestly, we all stay up late and we all sleep in. A lot of people frown on that, but I don't care. It works for us. That's it. I'm making bacon and cheese omelets. Liberty, send one my way. See, Ethan, 4:30 every morning. Every morning I used to wake up at 5. And I did it for, I don't know, 20-some years. And I just realized it when I didn't have to, that how much I enjoyed staying up late and sleeping in. I don't know. I mean, it's over. I don't know why Big Boy running towards the end zone, but it's over. Yeah, hashtag night owls, all of us. Duvernay or Drake London? Both are pretty risky, Anthony. Drake London going to see a lot more targets. Duvernay may have a higher touchdown upside, but if it's me, I'm gambling and going with Drake. Why would you be miserable following some made-up schedule when it's unnecessary? Exactly, and that's kind of what we do, right? I mean, the kids can do school at any time of the day, so it doesn't really matter if they're doing it at 8 a.m. or they're doing it at 8 p.m. It doesn't really matter. So if we all want to stay up late and watch movies or whatever, cool, and we'll just sleep in. That's why I wasn't fully awake this morning when I turned the stream on at 11, because I'd literally just woken up. Do you ever go back to visit Arizona? Any family there? All of our family is there. We go to Arizona at least once a year. We'll go to Arizona. This year, technically next year, I'm trying to work it in since the Super Bowl is going to be there. I'm going to try to see if I can go to the Super Bowl too. Exactly, Mason. I have never had anybody complain about the behavior of my children. I can send them anywhere and know that they're going to be model citizens and respectful to people. So yeah, that's important to me. Does Russell Wilson's limited production hurt a Sutton start? I mean, we still saw Sutton put up some points last week, and I don't think it's going to get any worse than that, right? That was a horrible game, so I feel like there's nowhere to go but up. Yep, Adam out there telling everybody here in the Chubb Club to good luck in their games today. We got kickoffs coming in about, 25 minutes or so? We'll be here for another 20 minutes or so, hanging out with the nation, talking about whatever y'all want to talk about. Pickens over ETN in the standard flex. I mean, I kind of just want to be daring today, Peasy. It may totally backfire. I just expect Buffalo to have somewhat of a lead, and that Pittsburgh's going to have to throw the ball more throughout the game, and Kenny Pickett likes to go down the field to George Pickens. Anna, I could take some coffee. I haven't had my morning coffee yet either. This right here is nothing but water. Star-Lord saying go Bucks. Got a Bucks fan. Ruben, full PPR, Duvernay, Samuel, or Gabe Davis. If it's me, I'm going Gabe Davis. Charles T. been becoming a member for the 10th month. Says in half PPR, need 2 flexes between Breece Kamara and Devontae Smith. I love Devontae Smith, but because he's so up and down inconsistent, I'm probably going to just gamble and roll with 2 running backs there and go Breece Kamara. I'm just glad you two recommended y'all so I can be more involved with my league. John, absolutely. I find it weird. Like, I feel like it's crazy to me that, like, a lot of people say, hey, man, we just found your channel. Like, I feel like we're out there all over the place. I mean, we're probably going to do over 10 million views this year, but I love being able to find new people still and bring them into a community that actually can involve them. There's so many communities out there, but everybody's so obsessed with trying to, like, prove that they're better than everyone else or prove that they're smarter or whatever. It's fantasy football. Like, none of us see the future 100%. And yet people still trying to sell, a 5-pound bag of crap out there to people. We just want to have fun and entertain people, have a good time, talk some football, relay stats, take away some of the guesswork for you guys, and then hopefully it works out, 70% of the time or so, and that's better than average. Anybody ever call me Jake the Snake as in WWF? Yes, not so much anymore. Now, ever since State Farm started with whole Jake from State Farm, it kind of changed to that. But it used to be when I was younger, Jake the Snake. Gabe Davis or Harris in the flex. I think Harris is safer scales. I think Harris is the safer option. Gabe Davis is more of a gamble with the higher upside if you want to take it. Kittle or Everett, Pierce or Jamal Williams. Thanks, Jake, you rock. John J, appreciate you. Between Kittle and Everett, Everett's going to be safer for you, right? We know that he's involved in that offense with no Keenan Allen. He's going to be the safer option for you. Kittle's going to have a big day coming up here pretty soon at some point, though I don't know if you want to have that on your bench or not. If it's me, Everett's probably a little bit safer. Kittle a little bit more of a gamble upside. And then Damian Pierce or Jamal Williams. Now that we have Amon-Ra back this week, I feel like some of that work's going to, be in the passing game. Maybe we don't see as much Jamal Williams. Damian Pierce is probably your safer option, but being that it's a half PPR, I don't hate Jamal Williams. I think it's kind of a win-win because I'd like to start both of them if possible. But if it's me, I'm probably leaning towards Damian Pierce. Ever so slightly. Iraq Vet 07, becoming a member for the 6th month. Also appreciate your service out there, my friend. Renfrow or Noah Brown, full PPR. If I have to choose between those two, I'm probably going to lean Hunter Renfrow by a hair in a full PPR. And then Breece Hall, Penny, DJ Moore, Rashad White in a full PPR. Thanks for all the hard work. Out of those choices, that's where I go Breece Hall. I dub the Jake Gillen football. I haven't heard that one yet. I met Jake the Snake at Comic-Con and got his autograph. He was super nice. Was the snake there, Daniel? I am a terrified schoolgirl of large snakes like that. Like, I don't know if I could be touching or holding on to or carrying that thing around. How are the Cardinals going to do today, JD? Probably miserable. I mean, they got Philadelphia afternoon game. I'm just trying to, how do I say this? Not let my fandom get in the way, because obviously I want the Cardinals to do good, but they are just so hard to understand right now why they do what they do. And they can literally look like one of the top teams in the NFL, and they can literally look like the worst team in the NFL from week to week. And that part is so frustrating for me. Tropo gifted a membership there that was given to Mouthful Media. Thank you for paying it forward, my friend. Is either DK versus the Saints or Pierce versus the Jaguars. Pierce is going to be safer. DK's got a difficult matchup, but the upside is higher because of the big play potential. So if you want the safety, it's Pierce. If you want to gamble, it's DK. YouTube is telling me that I should insert an ad right now. Creators earn more money inserting ads with the more viewers that are watching. You should give it a try. Hell no, YouTube. We ain't watching no ad right now. Anybody want to watch an ad? I don't think so. Even though I'm thankful for the ads at the beginning of the shows, because without them, I wouldn't have a job. But, you know. Dirtbag says he loves ads. Dirtbag, you ever bought anything off of a YouTube ad before? If it gets you paid, I don't mind. I mean, Sunday mornings is for you guys, right? Like, yeah, we have to put ads in our videos all week long. On Sunday mornings, on Saturday nights, we don't insert ads in the middle. Like, we just don't. Only time you use the AD during the stream is if you have the AD. What is the AD? Wish my Hulu would ask if I wanted ads, right? At least they give us a chance to say no. Ads gives you a chance to get snacks. It's right there, pristine auction. Yeah, see, it's on, like, that's how we, does anybody, that's a great thing, Peasy. And now that we have 614 people watching, we added that this year, right? We added a little bar across the bottom with all of our discount codes so we don't have to talk about them at the beginning of every show in season. Because I know people don't like that, but unfortunately, it's just part of the business where we have to find ways to make money. Full disclosure, we don't make $1 off a pristine auction. Technically, full disclosure, it costs me money to be partnered with Pristine Auction because I pay for all the shipping when we ship out all the winnings. They just supply us things to give away. But the other ones like Manscaped and stuff like that, that helps pay the bills. So we put it on the bottom of the screen so we don't have to talk about it as much. Ingram or Irv Smith in a PPR, Yabo? I'm going to lean towards Irv Smith. Why do we have only 300 likes when there's 613 people watching? Ethan is asking people a question out there, but I do know, as Kyle would so eloquently say right now, if you're watching and have yet to like the stream right now, do not be surprised when your running back 2 only scores you 1 fantasy point in week 5. Devontae Smith, Lockett, or Curtis Samuel in a full PPR. Probably going to go Curtis Samuel in a full PPR for the volume he could see with no Jahan Dotson, no Logan Thomas. I'm going to use the Manscaped discount on Friday. Sean Jr. needs a haircut. TMI, my bad. Sean, dude, and I say this all the time. It's not because they're a sponsor. Like, I use Manscaped products, and it's not just the ball trimmers, right? I mean, the shampoo, the body wash, they have lip balm, they have fingernail clippers, and everything. I mean, they got all kinds of things. All of the stuff is pretty cool. Tyler Boyd blow-up game. I don't know if I'd say a blow-up game, but it would not surprise me if he had a great game there this week, if T. Higgins is really limited. Boyd Davis, St. Brown, wide receiver 2 in a full PPR. I hate to sit Amon-Ra. If I was going to sit Amon-Ra, though, Gabe Davis would be my next choice. Let's see here. Do I think Tua comes back? Yes, I do think Tua comes back. Jared Goff or Kyler Murray? I still have Kyler Murray slightly higher. Who's going to go off today, Waddle or Hill? That is a total coin toss. If I had to choose one, it's Waddle this week. But it's just, like I said, a 50-50. PPR CEH or Damian Harris? I mean, PPR is really going to benefit CEH more than it will be Damian Harris. I still think Damian Harris is safer this week. CEH has the higher touchdown upside, though. If you want to gamble on a PPR, it'd be CEH. Do I have the Sunday ticket? I don't know. I don't have Sunday ticket. I watch NFL Red Zone with my good old buddy, old pal, Scott Hansen. Could we go over the injury report again? Okay. Hold on. Let's see here. Wow, holy notifications going on this morning. All right, here's what we got. Most recently. Julio Jones is out. Alvin Kamara is playing. Isaiah McKenzie is out. Amon-Ra is active. Jadeveon Clowney will be active for the Cleveland Browns. Logan Thomas is out after a pregame test. He was a game-time decision, so he is out. We have... Brian Robinson is in. He's going to play only about 20 snaps or so. Amon-Ra is going to play. David Montgomery is going to play. Logan Thomas, we said, was out. Russell Gage is expected to play. Julio Jones, we already know, is out. Tyreek Hill is going to play, along with Jalen Waddle. Zay Jones is back and playing. Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, both were questionable. Both are expected to play today against the Rams. T. Higgins and Hayden Hurst have been questionable. They're expected to play tonight. Rondo Moore expected to play for the Cardinals. Ronnie Stanley back for the Baltimore Ravens. That's huge for that offensive line. So those are the most recent ones here so far. Randall, welcome to Holden Chubb as a new member. 28 new members today. We got about 15 minutes left. If you want to get in and become a member, you got 15 minutes left to do it here during the stream so I can shout you out to the nation. Is it safe to keep the 49ers defense in the starting lineup with CMC also in my lineup? Yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to that. I hate how sometimes it can kind of limit, if one's doing good, it means the other one isn't, but it's CMC and one of the best defenses in football, so I think you still roll with them. PPR Kittle or Njoku? Njoku's going to have a higher ceiling, but more of a gamble. Kittle's still going to be slightly safer, in my opinion. Drop Dobbs for Akers or Henderson? No, probably not. I mean, you're not gaining after one bad game for Dobbs, or 4 bad games for Akers and Henderson. So I don't know if it's really going to help you a whole lot. Odin, appreciate your donation there, my friend. Thank you. Hilda, what's going on? Hilda, I haven't seen you in a while, Hilda. I do see you in the comment section from time to time. Good to see you here on the stream this morning. She says, good luck, everyone. Hoping to go 2-3 this week. Absolutely. Herbert or ETN? If you want to play it safer, it's Herbert. If you're willing to gamble, it's ETN this week in a great matchup. Gabe Davis or James Conner in the flex for me, it's going to be Gabe Davis. In a standard league, Lamb or Mike Williams? Lamb has been somewhat banged up. It's probably safer to go with Mike Williams. Go Gadget Godwin or a whole lot of Olave in a full PPR, also starting Kamara. If you're already starting Kamara, I'd probably still go with Godwin anyway there. You know he's going to see a ton of volume here this week. Hilda is here most Sunday mornings. She's a real MVP. Hilda's been around for a long time. Hilda has been around for years on this channel. She is a seasoned vet when it comes to Headliner Nation. Supported for a long time. We appreciate it. Yep. There's Anna's description on how you join Discord if you've just become a member here today, so that you know how to. Hawkinson or Conklin? I'm probably leaning TJ Hawkinson there still. Hoping for maybe not a big day like last week, but a solid day. Kajun King, welcome to Holden Chubb. Welcome to the exclusive nation. T. Higgins, Amon-Ra, or Waddle, pick 2 from Corbin Vaughn. Being that Amon-Ra and T. Higgins are both somewhat banged up, they both have the same amount of risk, right? I'm going to go with Waddle as one of them and Amon-Ra as the second, but that is a... Amon-Ra is a little bit more of a gamble, right? Amon-Ra has that high upside, but more of a gamble, where T. Higgins just has to worry about, sharing with Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon still. If you're wanting to play it somewhat safer, maybe Higgins. If you want to gamble for the higher upside, it's Amon-Ra and Waddle. Kirk stacked with Trevor or Stevenson in the flex. I'd probably stack Kirk with Trevor this week, even though I love Stevenson. Najee or Gabe Davis in the flex, half PPR. I love to use the running backs here, but Najee in a tough matchup just hasn't been producing. Gabe Davis is probably where I go. Thielen or Montgomery in a full PPR, leaning Thielen since Montgomery will be somewhat limited. Lockett or James Conner for the Felks spot for T. Jones. Conner's probably going to be the safer option, but his ceiling is super low. If you're looking for a higher ceiling with a little bit more risk, then you go Tyler Lockett. Cousins or Goff, I got Cousins slightly higher. Geno or Zach Wilson. I mean, how great is Geno, right? I mean, let me look, because I have them super close in my rankings now. Geno or Zach Wilson. I have Geno a couple spots higher than Zach Wilson. Golf and Crypto, welcome to Holden Chubb. We are now at 30 new members today. Hollywood Dobbins or Pickens for the flex for Yeet. I'm probably going J.K. Dobbins. I want to gamble with Pickens or Hollywood, but I'm probably going to stay a little bit safer and go with Dobbins. Amon-Ra or Mike Williams in a full PPR. Abraham, I'm going to lean towards Mike Williams only because we know he's healthy and we don't know if Amon-Ra, even though he's playing, if he could be limited. Hall or Stevenson, safe floor PPR. They both have a pretty safe floor, dirtbag. I don't think either one of them have like a super low floor. I think the higher floor probably goes with Stevenson the higher ceiling is probably Stevenson this week. If it's me, I'm still going to go with Hall for that safe floor and the potential ceiling though. So I'm going to probably go with Breece Hall there in a PPR. What are my thoughts on London for the rest of season, Sapper? I like Drake London. I love Drake London's talent. The offense, though, in Atlanta is just horrendous, and there were so many Marcus Mariota truthers out there to start the year that they were kind of blinded by the fact that the reason that Marcus Mariota was fantasy viable for the first couple weeks was because of his legs. Now he's stopped rushing completely. They're not throwing the ball consistently anywhere on the field. If he's going to do it, it's going to be without Kyle Pitts, but it doesn't sound like Pitts is going to miss a whole lot of time. So I don't mind London rest of season. I don't know if I want to rely on him just yet, though. Biggest gamble, last minute sleeper, Reynolds, Jones, MVS. Biggest gamble, last minute sleeper. I go with Josh Reynolds, and I hope that because they throw the ball so much in Detroit that he's the one that gets a touchdown today. Yep, see Amon-Ra expected 20 to 30 snaps there from Nick's Dill. This is kind of what we expected, right? A limited workload. You think Pitts will come around? I'm worried about Kyle Pitts. We've been worried about him for a few weeks since Kyle did that film review. It just doesn't look great for Kyle Pitts to be a top-tier tight end. Could he still finish top 10 this year? Yeah, I think he's got enough to come around for that, but maybe just not that top 3 or 4 that everybody was hoping for. Hawkinson or Higbee. If this is I'm probably going to lean towards Hawkinson still. I mean, if it's a full PPR, I don't mind Higbee because he's really one of the only guys catching passes in LA. But right now, just seems a little bit more consistent in Detroit than LA, which is crazy to say. So I'm going to lean Hawkinson. I feel bad for Kyle Pitts too. Kyle Pitts is a elite talent in a non-elite offense. Pitts needs to go to the Packers. I would sign off on that. Full PPR, Chris Olave or Dameon Pierce for your flex monstrous. Chris Olave has the higher ceiling. He's a little bit more of a gamble, but he's the higher ceiling play if you want it. If you'd rather just play it safe, then it's Dameon Pierce. Hashtag feels bad for the Pitts owners. Exactly. Rest of season Pitts or Higbee? I have to think it's Pitts because at some point LA is going to figure out how to use some of their other weapons, and that would take away from Tyler Higbee. So rest of season is probably Pitts, but it's like dwindling by the second. Good luck to you too, Sapper. Full PPR Woods or Elijah Moore. Both are probably, honestly, Vorhack, pretty freaking similar today. No Traylon Burks. I'll probably lean towards Bobby Trees, Robert Woods, but it's super close. Singletary or Montgomery in a full PPR. I'm going to go Singletary since Montgomery will probably be limited as well. What are we eating today? Right now? Nothing. I had to get up and get on here. I haven't had a chance to make anything, so it's a problem. May have to see what I can find. Got about 5 more minutes before kickoff. 5 more minutes. Imagine starting Bobby Trees after all these years. I'm just glad people are using the Bobby Trees nickname. I wish I could get a little bit of credit for that, but I guess it wouldn't get me anywhere, so. Tibbs, Rick, Kittle still ahead. You have Everett and Njoku as well. I mean, I still think Kittle's a safer option today. The gambling side of it would be the Everett and Njoku side. Everett's going to have that touchdown opportunity with no Keenan Allen. He may be a slightly higher ceiling, so if you want to play it safer, it's still Kittle. If you want that higher upside potential, it'd be Everett. An omelet does sound good, Sapper. Hell yeah, it does. I don't think I'm going to get an omelet today, though. Flats or drums? I mean, I don't discriminate, John. I'll eat both. I really don't prefer one over the other. As long as I have wings, I'm good to go. Ramondre Stevenson or Gabe Davis in flex full PPR. I think if you want to play it safer, it's Ramondre, Eric. If you want to gamble, if you need to chase some points and gamble a little bit, it's Gabe Davis. OEG, I'm hoping it's a big Terry day as well. I agree. Kenny Watkins already dropping Fs in the chat. Boneless or bone in? Well, only way you can have wings is bone in. If they're boneless, they become chicken nuggets with sauce on them. Sapper says he sucks at playing Madden. So do I. I can't tell you the last time I played. Over like a year ago, I played Madden. Devin, Romeo Dobbs screwed me. Pray for my 0-4 team. It can still happen. A lot of football left today. A lot of football left. Somebody's going off today. Trey! Been a member of Excessive Chubb now for 4 months, but he's been around for a lot longer. Says, good morning. Just walked a mile to the Subway. That'll be my lunch and dinner. Steelers are going to smack the Bills today, and only way to eat wings is bone in. There you go, Trey. Trey out there walking a mile to Subway, barefoot in the rain, uphill. Trey's an animal. Anna's not excited. She's over there playing against Scary Terry and Tyreek Hill. She needs a miracle. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Need 2 in a full PPR. Godwin, McLaurin, Kirk, Cooks, Garrett Wilson. Sorry for spamming. It's okay. I mean, I can't get to all of them, so that's fine. Let's see here. In a full PPR, I'm going to go with Godwin, and you only need 2? That sucks. It's going to be Godwin and McLaurin, even though I hate to sit some of the other options there. Have I ever had poutine? No, I have not. becoming a member for 12 months in PPR, Juju or Pickens. Honestly, with Juju popping up on the injury report, I'm going to lean towards Pickens. Liberty V is eating his omelet, and it's really irritating me that I don't have an omelet. Sapper, I'll be honest, Jake, I am listening to this live stream during a meeting. That is amazing. Absolutely love that. Do you have earbuds in, or is it full-on speaker? Andrew Sanker, member for 5 months. Start 2 in a full PPR. Scary Terry, Kirk, Wilson, or Pickens. Scary Terry will be one of them, and in a full PPR, I'm going to go with Kirk as the other options. Wings are greater than pizza. I like both still. Like I said, I didn't get this way by not eating both. Yes, earbuds. Way to go, Sapper. Flats. Liberty's going with flats. I don't mind flats whatsoever. It makes your hands messier because when you got to get in there to dip the ranch, you get messier, but that's okay. That's what the wet ones are for. Wings are the number one for sure. Derek Harrell, coming to member for 13 months. Let's go, fantasy headliners. Time for some football. That's right. Here it is, 12:59. Appetizer or dessert? I'd rather have an appetizer. Personally, I want food, right? I want to eat food. All right, I'm going to change this here. And then I'm going to do this here and change this here and change that. Okay. But yeah, we're getting ready to kick it off. Lineups are locking right now. It's 1 o'clock. I'm getting ready to go find something to eat. I'm going to watch some football. I'm probably going to be in and out of Discord and on Twitter out there making fun of stupid things and acting like an idiot, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go upstairs, get in my recliner, get the massage going, and have a great day. So thank you so much for joining us once again here in week 5, week 6, right around the corner. All the content starting once again tomorrow morning. Thank you for the support so much here today from everybody who tuned in. Had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys, but now it's time to go watch some football. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow for some waiver wire shows, and then we'll talk about all of our hits and misses as well. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to get out of here. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.